Good afternoon and welcome back to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I just wanted to come back and touch one or two things. We need to talk about cost of living prices and, of course, what I was covering earlier on. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Let me just try and see if I can bring that back on. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I want to just check something to make sure it's all working. So I want you to look at this. Now, the caption says that we'll be talking about the cost of living expenses. Earlier on, we were talking about the US. Now, what do you think? What do you think of the impact? Please, if you haven't subscribed to Citizen AY on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube. It's very, very important that you assist us, help us grow this platform, help us ensure it reach a lot more, a wider audience. It's not easy. I know because of what Facebook are doing now, I am having to sort of look at alternative means in which we can get our broadcast going, and that includes using YouTube as an avenue, as an outlet, as if you like, to be able to carry on with our broadcast. So it is very important. You have a very pivotal role to play, each and every one of you watching me, in helping us get that message out there about the fact that Facebook has really slowed us right down, and we are trying to change things. We want to really make sure that we continue to bring information to you in a manner that is not interrupted in any way, shape, or form. So please, if you can, if you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Now, we're going to quickly go into this discussion. I want to just ask a question. What are your thoughts? Let me just make sure before I go ahead. I'm going to pin the link on the page. So here we go. So we'll go there. Let me just put this here. Please subscribe. I'm going to just put it on there to Citizen AY. I can't share the petition on here because the Facebook will simply just take everything down, which is what they normally do. So, but we all know. So let me just do one more thing. So one more thing, yeah, and then put that there. So just to help us get the information out there. Now, what we would when we left the earlier broadcast, we had to leave because there was an issue. Something came up and I had to go and attend to it. So I left abruptly. So I wanted to come back and do the second part of it. So please help us share the broadcast. Help us spread the word. I will continue. The second part of it is going to continue from where we left off. Where we left off was about the news that many of us may think is nothing. They're talking about the fact that the US is going to open the largest consulate in the entire world. So that is very important. So we want to try and make sure that we do not allow things to continue in the manner in which it is. I don't know what's going on there. I think I've got something going in the background again. I don't like that when it's happening. I don't like that when it's happening. I hope you can hear me. I hope there's no echo going on anywhere else. I hope there's no echo. I'm going to have to trust it because I'm not too sure what's going on. But it may just be, let's do it this way. It may just be just this end. Now, let me play you the video. And listen to this bit now. Let's listen to this. Then I will come back and talk about the cost of living practices. And maybe we can all discuss about it. How is it impacting us? In the UK, for example. In fact, you know what? Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Let's talk about the cost of living prices. In the UK, as we speak now, the cost of living prices has hit the roof. It is going to cost an average about £700 for your petrol, gas, electricity, food, clothes, everything. The cost of food has gone up massively. They say the expert energy price linked again in October by further it's going to increase by another 629. So already now they are going to increase the cost of running electricity, water, gas, light, food, and all of that. It's going to go up. But what does that mean for you? That's the question. Remember, we are sending money home. We send a lot of money home. So that is why you saw that caption. Let me see if I can get the caption up, and I'll put it up so it can actually help us in what we're trying to do here. Let me just go back there. Where was it? I saw it just now. 1 second, please. Let me just I think it's better I put the picture up, then we can talk about it. Because sometimes I will come back to the one of the US later on, but this is pressing as well on us. So I think it's a good idea to look at the cost of living prices going up, and how that impacts our wallet. What does that mean for each and every one of us? How does that impact us? Now that we know, and we will then look at some prices and see, just to see. So here we have it. So I'm going to just show that on the screen so you see it there. So yeah, cost of living prices, it's gone up by £700. It's a jump by £700. What does that mean for your pocket? Does that, how will that, and many of us who are in diaspora, we help families. We help a lot of families back home. We talk to a lot of families. We try and get them. Let me just make sure. 1 second. Something is gone off again. Okay. Can you hear me? I don't know if you can. Let me try somewhere else and see if that works, but it may be. Let me see. Okay, so let me see. It may just be. Can you hear me all right? Please go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube. If you just go ahead and try on YouTube. I'm just trying to come out of the Facebook side and because it seems to be having some problem, one problem or the other, and it's not settled. Since they've been playing all kinds of games with that, it is not being able to give us what I needed. So good. Okay. Now, what I want us all to just look at, this is the cost of living prices. It's jumped by £700 in the UK. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean to us? What does that mean to us? What does that mean to you and me? Sorry about that. Oh, gosh. You mean I didn't put the picture on? Okay. Let me just do something quickly. I completely forgot the picture. That's why you're not seeing me in the picture. Sorry about that. I do apologize. That was a complete miss. I was busy doing the thing, and sometimes you forget even the simplest of things. You can forget, not realizing that you've actually...
in progress.
So what I'm going to do is we will put this on. Now it is obvious to me. I just realized what's happened, but it's okay. I will have to go without the pictures at the minute, I'm afraid. You'll have to make do with my voice for now. I'm not going to stay too long because I wanted to just talk about this cost of living prices. I'm sorry I lost the visuals. I was wondering as I was talking that you could see me, but no, it's obvious you can't. But we will talk about the cost of living prices anyway. The reason why we're doing this is to bring this to our attention. And what I'll probably do is I'm going to limit it to the cost of living prices alone, and just mention that the cost of things have gone up. Petrol prices have gone up. Food prices have gone up. So let's look into that report a little bit, the one that you saw earlier on. Now that I've realized it's not, you can't see my face, it's going to be difficult to do what I initially planned to do. But there might be a way, but I don't necessarily want to. The only way is I'd have to go and come back again. Let's focus on this. So please do beg your pardon. My voice is what you can see will have just now, and I do apologize. But what I wanted us to look at is this: the cost of living. So listen to the word. This is money by by this blog here, and the blog talks about cost of living increases in 2022. How much your price will go up? Well, we already know it's going to go by about £700, and apparently by October it will go by another £700. So we're looking at the increase of about £1,500. Now, the question is we're asking, that includes your gas bill, your electricity bill, your food, and all of that. So let's read this again. Once again, I apologize. You won't be able to see my face. Because I forgot about the visuals, but you can hear me now. And I will come back and talk about this again at some point. But I wanted to touch on this. It says here, how much will your energy bill increase? The energy cap has increased a record-breaking amount in the spring, often allowing suppliers to charge 50% more on electricity and gas bills. As a result of this massive hike, average household can expect to spend extra $620 a year on gas and electricity. Already, we spend close to about £1,500 to £2,000 on gas and electricity a year. Now, with that 620, that's going to be that's going to be increased by another 620 on top of that. So you're close to 3,000, maybe more, for your cost of living, and gas and electricity, broadband, and all of these things. Now, food prices they've gone up. It's gone up. So how much will your national insurance go by? So I'm giving you examples of what is happening. This is UK. Keep in mind, this is about UK. Food prices will go up by 1.5%. Already, what that means now, let's just look at what that means. What that means is that if you wanted to send, let us put into context what that £700, what it means. The increase by £700, let me explain to you what that means. The increase by £700, let me type it in, £700 in Naira. Yeah? Let me just put this here, £700 in Naira. Yeah? In Naira, let me just put this here. Like I said, I'm not going to stay too long now, but because the visuals are not there. But let me just show you. £700 sterling equals 380,948 Naira. So that is what we will not be able to send home. This is the amount we will not be able to send home because the electricity, the gas, the food, and all of that has gone up. So this has financial consequence. The cost of living increases here has direct financial consequence for our family and friends back home that we send money to on a regular basis. And that is something that we should all look into. What are your thoughts on this? I'm sorry about the fact that the picture, you cannot see me at the minute, but you can. I am here. It's just that sometimes it happens. What are your thoughts on it? The fact that we cannot. This is the cost of living in this country has jumped by £700, and it's going to jump another £700 in October. So we're looking at between 1,400, we're looking at up to £1,500 in terms of our living expense. So that is money that we cannot dip into to send home. We will not be able to send this money home to our family and friends. And I think that is very important for us to look into and to understand. Many of us may not be thinking about this, but particularly those of us in diaspora, like I'm saying, in the UK, for example, you've just seen it's gone up by £700. It's going to be double. They will double that by October, and that means that those are the funds that we can't send home. And these are the reasons why we're looking at what we're saying. That look, we need to really be looking at how we are going to improve the lives of our people by ensuring that they tap into our natural resources and use it, and be able to provide for themselves. Because it is going to be very, very difficult. The coming few months are going to be very difficult. And I think I'm probably going to come back and do a show about this again. But the next few months are going to be tough on those of us who are in diaspora sending money home. We're going to find it increasingly difficult that we will not be able to have money that we stash to one side to be able to say, okay, fine, from this money I can send something home, because we're going to be busy paying for cost of living, the gas, the electricity, the water, the broadband, the food, the clothes. Everything has gone up in price. Have you experienced this? If so, do you want to call in? You can call in on 447399 7806 7399 580 606. You can call in. The reason I am saying this is because we have to understand that the cost of living is going to impact each and every one of us in diaspora. All of us will be impacted because of food, because of the serious various things going on. The Ukraine, Russia Ukraine war, and has meant that the food production, apparently they produce a lot of wheat and everything else in Ukraine, and it goes they distribute, they sell it to as far places far flung as even to North Africa, Asia, and all these places. So they sell that. And so that means that the fact that they're not being able to produce that will increase the price. And that even emphasizes the more reason why it is a crazy idea that the so-called governance in Nigeria are preventing our farmers from farming. This could have been a very good opportunity for us to go, right, okay, there is a gap in the market that we can fill. We can plug that market and be able to sell our millet, give people alternatives. Right now, we are importing what we should be producing because our farmers their lives have not been made secure by our governance. So this has direct consequences for us all. The cost of living crisis that is going on now, like I said, I keep saying it, £700 is what they're going to that's the price by which the cost of living in the UK, for example, has jumped. £700. We're expecting another £700 to be added to that cost by the end of October 2022. The question I'm asking is, if you want to call in, if you do want to call in, the question I'm asking is this. Let me see. Okay. Okay. So what I will do, what I wanted to just touch base with you guys on this is this. Like I said, I'm sorry my face is not there, but please do subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Do me this favor. I will be back. Definitely, I'm definitely going to be back to try and do the second part of it live. I was a bit rushed, and when I came back in, I thought everything was set up and good to go, but then suddenly to realize, everything was set, the vocals was there, everything else except the visuals. So I do apologize, but the message is still relevant nonetheless. Please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. What I would like you to do for me is to look at this issue again. What you see on the screen is the cost, by how much the cost of living has jumped in the UK. That is money that many of us find difficult to put together. And that would mean that the funds that we're sending home, if you were sending home, I don't know, 50, 60 pounds, and if every week or every month, that kind of thing, that you can begin to see that that's 700 pounds. If we just break it into 12 months, for example, let's just look into that, and let's just say we break it down to 12 months. I'm just gonna do a rough calculation here. Let me see. So it might be 5 something. I think it is gonna be. Let me just do this quickly. So So divided by 12. Yeah. So 58. So you'll be looking at every month on average. That is 58 pounds that you would have been able to send home, over a 12-month period. That money, you will not be able to send it home. And that 58 pounds translates to something like, I don't know, how much did I say? 45, 50, maybe 60. Maybe 55. No, what am I talking about? Maybe 45,000 tops. Let me just check quickly now. Times 7. Let me check. Yeah, 45,000. 45,000 naira. That means that every month now, you will not be able to send back home 45,000 naira a month, because that money now, you're going to use it to pay for gas, you're going to use it to pay for fuel, you're going to use it to pay for different things. And that is going to impact us. And these are the kind of things that, and our people, our family and friends will have to survive somehow. And we are the ones who are helping them. So this is something that it is worth us looking into closely, and actually understanding what is the likely impact of this. I'm probably going to try and do one in Yoruba as well and talk about this, because these are real impact situations that's going to not only impact those of us in diaspora, but the people who depend on us, those who depend on us to be able to send them funds. Sorry about this. Oh yeah, okay. Those who depend on us to send money home. Those who depend on the funds that we're sending home to them to survive. So 700 pounds, I've just broken it down into 12 months, for example. That rounds out to be about 58 pounds, roughly every month. But now, and to translate it, it's about 45,000 naira every month, based on the current exchange rate. So what that means is that money we won't be able to send home. How do you feel about that? Is this something that concerns you? Can we have that discussion among ourselves? I'm probably going to talk about this again on the show. I need to come back with the visuals. It's very difficult to carry on with the show without the visuals in place. I'll try to see if I can come out and go in, but it is very difficult, because I basically have to shut down something and then bring it back on and have the visuals be part of the broadcast. As it stands now, it's not going to be possible. Let me see one thing I could quickly do. Is that a way to get around it? No, it won't let me do it. Okay, I was just trying to do something to see what could be done and if there was a way around it, but there isn't, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, unfortunately there isn't. Let me try one more thing. It may work, just to show even if it's just to be able to show my face. It may though, it may not. No, it will not work. Okay. But like I said, the cost of living is a very, very, critical subject. So what I will do, I tell you what, let me go and come back again at some point maybe. But I wanted us to look at Udo and Niedi. Good afternoon. And those of you watching, please subscribe to Citizen Ewa, the platform where we speak truth to power. Of course, we're talking about the cost of living, which is what we've put here. It's put up there. So it negatively impacts the cost of food, clothes, petrol, in fact, all products. And it's gone up by 700 pounds. And we translated that the 700 pounds is equivalent to 45,000 naira a month. That is not going to be available for you to be able to send to your family back home. So the cost of living is very, very real. Let me see if I can minimize that Zoom cam thing since it's not working. So you can now. Okay, so I'm not there now. So you will not be able to hear me, but we are focusing on this hour, on this just on the subject of the cost of living. So let's read some more stuff that we will see here. Where is it? Okay, so now I'm going to go and bring that cost of living up a little bit more so that we can dissect it and look at. Again, I think you will find that this is something that we have to really be very, very focused on and really understand. The fact that you will have less money to be able to save will mean you have less money to send back home. And that's because our governance has failed. The farmers, with the right, if we had a bumper system where the farmers were able to farm and that where the crops are destroyed, the government compensates them, then we will not have a food crisis. The cost of food is being pushed up by local event things happening in locally among us there, as well as internationally. Two big things: the insurgency that the government is funding, using as a way to take away our land. It means that our farmers are afraid to go to the farm, and that means that they cannot feed their family. That means that they become destitute, they become impoverished, they end up in IDP camps. These are the things that we're talking about. So this cost of the food price issue, where the food prices have gone up, and the people who are supposed to help us are just saying, "Oh, we can't do anything. Oh, the food prices have gone up." Yes, we can. If we had forward planning by a government, would mean that we would have stocks of food saved. In the UK, that's what they do. They stockpile a lot of food, and then during times like this, they're able to release it to keep the prices, at a reasonable level. And even now they're having issues with that, but at least they have a plan in place. We don't have a plan in place in continental Nigeria, and that means that the plan is that they will say whatever price, and they know the families and friends who are abroad, myself, yourself, and everybody else who is abroad, who are from the north, and who are from the middle belt, who are from the southwest, southeast, and maybe those ones largely, they will have to bear the brunt of that cost. So that means that we have to bear the brunt of our own living costs going up by almost 50%, and another 50% on top of that. We are also having to find a way to provide funds for our family and friends at home to survive this ordeal we call Nigeria. With no support, nothing. The government makes empty promises, but the people don't get any, there's no help from the government. Only warm words and empty gestures. One Nigeria, which is not solving the problem. So I wanted to bring that to our attention. I hope that makes sense. Please, if you're watching, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. I've tried to go on for as long as I can, because when you're doing this broadcast, it is often better to have a way to connect. If the face is not there, it's very difficult to connect, and I understand that. I fully understand that. I just would like to say I do apologize. It was in the middle of trying to come back, and I'd taken a few phone calls. I perhaps did not see that the video was not functioning until I was live on air. So that's why you haven't seen me. But I'm here. I'm very much here. You can hear my voice. But let's look a little bit more about that cost of living. Let's listen to what the Chancellor of UK said. If I can hear it, hopefully, I'm hoping. Will it work? Okay, it's not gonna work. Okay, so now the next thing, let me see. Mortgage, people will have to pay mortgage as well. That's gonna go up, unless you had the cap for a number of years, but it will hit you at the end. Rent prices are going up in the fastest on record. So again, the cost of renting, that will be going up. So the money now, what you have, instead of having disposable money in your hand that you send home, more of your money is going to be used to survive, make your survival more important in your host country, wherever that may be across the entire world. So these are real impacts that we're looking at. Stamp prices, again, is going to go up. These are things that will happen. Council tax, charges for government service, that will go up as well. And these are how things that we ought to be planning for. We shouldn't be waiting for things to happen and go, how do we do it? What if? And all of that. Because by then, of course, it's too late. And that's where we find ourselves. You see, planning prevents a shock to the system like we're about to experience. Because the people who are home, whether we like it or not, I can hazard a guess and say perhaps 10 to 15,000 and 15% of the people who gets money sent home may end up finding that the people that they depend on for sending money home to survive can't do it. And that is what we are trying to really bring to your attention, so we understand what is going on. Let me try again. I want to really just give this a go, but I will round up now, because without without the visuals, it's difficult for me to really do this and do it justice, because I need that energy, that connection. Then I can really home in. I'm trying, but it's not like the same thing. So I do apologize. But what I want us to do is this is worth looking into this cost of living crisis, and it is going to affect. Not it is going to. It is already affecting us, whether we like it or not, and that is very, very important for us to understand. When they say cost of living, petrol has gone up, food prices gone up, gas gone up, clothes going, cost of clothes going up, cost of food itself is going up, because they're trying to source a lot of the goods at closer range rather than long range, and that means that they'll cost more in terms of the kind of quality of the food, the taste, and all of this. These are things that we should be thinking about. So, like I said, if you do want to call in, maybe I'll take one or two calls. I'm probably going to wrap it up because I need to get the video back. If you do want to call in. I mean, I am here. You're listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Sometimes when things go awry, the best thing you can do is to just manage with it as it is, and that's what we're trying to do. So I hope that makes sense. Let me just put it there. So please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Go ahead and subscribe to us. Click the notification button. Give us a thumbs up. Very, very important. So like I said, the cost of living crisis is going to it is already having direct impact, because many of us that would normally be sending money home will not be able to send it home, because those money will be using a large part of our funds to be able to fund the heating and electricity that, of course, is free in contraction, Nigeria. And these are the kind of things that we should be talking about, bringing forward. I'm going to go and come back and give you some more updates about the American embassy situation and how that impacts things. But clearly for me, I've tried really hard to go ahead now and discuss these things without myself on camera, but it is nigh on impossible, because that engagement is needed to be able to read and see and feel and sense where the mood of the mood and tone of the people that we're discussing with, and be able to make proper adjustment. We're trying, but I want to thank you all very much for joining. But what is the issue? How do you see the cost of living prices? If you want to chip in, you can call in on +447399 580 606. I am here, but the camera just dropped out, and I'd have to go and switch it off and switch it on and do the work before it comes back on. So that is what I'm trying to avoid in future. So let me just check something here, if I can find it. So anyway, in closing, so what is left for me to do for now is to say thank you very much. I will come back later on. I'll probably give you a more detailed look at the cost of living. The cost of living impacts everything you do, and how your economy is. If your cost of living, if the price is very relatively controlled, then they say your economy is actually in a place where it's growing and doesn't need any interventions. But when you get to the point where they're sort of now putting in instructions as to how you're going to get a loan and all of that, that is to me, it sounds somehow. And what we're looking at here is to make sure that we tell those who are coming that this is going to be difficult for however way you look at it. But more importantly, the cost of living is going to impact all of us. The cost of living is going to impact how much we can send home, how often we can send it home. And, it is creating a lot of problems. And we should be aware of that. I would like us all to be thinking about the cost of living. And that's why I put the picture there. I hope that makes sense. Let me just check one more thing. So what's left for me to do? I will come back and do the third part with the U.S. Embassy. I've got a report there, but I cannot do it without my face there, because it needs that interaction. That message becomes more effective, and we can pass it down if we leave it to no. we can make the changes. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Do me a favor, please go ahead, Citizen AY, and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. You'd really be doing us a great favor. Please subscribe, share the broadcast. This topic was solely really about the issue of the beg your pardon, I've just lost my train of thought completely. Give me a minute. Issue about cost of living, yeah, and how it impacts us. I'm gonna try. I'd like to do a video phone in on that, and people can explain and talk about the cost of living and how it impacts you. And I wanted to do it on this platform because it's a way to reach people, engage their opinions and ideas, and how we can work together to achieve our common goal, which is to dismantle contract Nigeria, because it's the very thing that is oppressing and suppressing us, leaving us in bondage. So that's what I think. So, in the meantime, thank you for watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Again, I'll be back later on. I'm going to be back in and out as often as I can. But I will try and make sure I cover that topic about the issue of the US building. We'll cover that issue. But first of all here, please bear in mind, what impact will the cost of living have on your ability to fund and help support your family back home? What impact? Have a think about that, and I'll probably make that as a topic before we come back again. Thank you so much for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you and goodbye. Bye for now.